what we did to them the last time we played them, man. Run the ball, hit them deep when we get a chance to. Um,
Hmm.
one thing, NYG, you want to call the first game?
Yeah, I could do that. I could
Yeah,
do that.
call the first game because the Giants game will start at 3:30.
Okay,
But go
I
ahead and
got
let
you.
that game be on your channel.
Okay.
Um, to be honest with you, man, I just want them to play how they played last time they played the Eagles. I mean,
Hmm.
it wasn't nothing special. I mean, we don't have the squad to go out there and be super special this year.
What's good, Brian? What's good, Ghost? I see
But
y'all.
I do want to talk about the issues we had this year. I do believe that we got away from what we did last year, which was
Hmm.
conducive to the squad that we had. I think they came in this year and tried to implement their full offense this year, and I don't think it worked out. I don't think it worked out at all.
Hmm.
So they found out that they couldn't just. I'm not saying they wanted to run what the Bills was running. I just think they wanted to be a wide open offense. They thought that they got the Paris Campbell, you got Jalen Hyatt. We was gonna be able to just open up this offense and just go crazy, and that's not what happened this year. Um,
Hmm.
it's just weird, man. I just think that Cowboys game really messed up everybody's psyche. Um, and then when Barkley got hurt against the Cardinals, that took away any momentum we had to use against from getting that victory against the Cardinals. Because I don't know if we have Saquon Barkley in that 49ers game. I don't know. We might be able to win that game. Who knows? And
Hmm.
then Andrew Thomas being down. Then John Michael Schmitz went down. Then Evan Neal went down. So I mean, it is what it is. They didn't use Wandale Robinson correctly until damn near the last half of the
Hmm.
season. Slayton didn't get involved too much until the last half of the season, but he continues to get 50 catches, 700 yards, which is pretty doggone good
Yeah. Only
considering he
two
was a
drops
fifth
for
round
Slayton
pick.
this year. Only two
Yeah.
drops. So he
So
cleaned it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Slay, man.
I just think if they get this offensive line fixed, you'll see a lot more plays with the people that we have now. Waller getting hurt, that hurt the team. So
Hmm.
it is what it is, man. Just want to go out there and see them play. A lot of people don't want them to win because of the draft pick because they think they're going quarterback. I'm gonna be honest with these people, man. I don't know if these dudes going quarterback or not, bro.
Let me spit some to you. So I've been watching, obviously, drafts, mock drafts, different things. We are gonna be the draft people. We're gonna be at the draft. So I'm really interested to dive into this fully once the season is over. But I've been peeking at little mock drafts here and there. 5 out of 6 mock drafts I looked at had us taking Malik Neighbors.
Yeah,
And the other one had us taking the tackle, Fashanu from Penn State.
I do believe if Marvin Harrison is not there and they don't feel one of these quarterbacks is going to be the future, I think Malik Neighbors will be the pick. And believe it or not, you put Malik Neighbors on this team, bro. Actual route runner that can run routes and get
Mm-hmm.
open against many different coverages because that helps out a team a lot as well. And we don't have the receiver. We don't have one receiver out there that can go out there and just route somebody up consistently. We
We
don't.
don't.
They have to be schemed open. The closest we have to that is Wandale Robinson, and he's only 5'8", so he's really going to be working out of the slot,
Mm-hmm.
which would actually be even better for Wandale Robinson if we had an outside receiver that we could be like, okay, go beat one-on-one coverage. We're going to get you the ball. We don't have one receiver on this team like that. We don't.
We don't.
And that's what hurt us as well because we're going against such great defenses in the NFC East. So that does not help. And then our offensive line not even being half decent doesn't help either. So it's a lot of things that need to be fixed. If they do feel one of these quarterbacks is the guy, then go get him.
That's my
But
channel tag, Mets. Surprised you ain't subscribed to my channel. Shame on you. we've been talking to you for all this time. You ain't
right,
subbed
and
to
you
me.
ain't subscribed. That's terrible. Damn
But
Mets.
yeah,
Um,
snarf.
right. But I, the thing with DJ is he's gonna have to learn that sometimes you got to cut it loose. He's playing timid because of that coaching that he got over there with Joe Judge and Garrett. And it was like, don't turn over the ball, don't turn
Don't
over the
turn the
ball,
ball
don't turn
over.
over the
Yeah,
ball, don't turn over the ball.
playing scared.
And now it's making him a tick slow. When you see it in his rookie year, he was throwing that thing, he was throwing it, and it was working out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like now I have to throw the ball to where I don't create a turnover. And that makes you look a tick slow. Last year when he was playing free, he did some good things when he was playing free. You saw him, he was throwing passes, almost laying on his stomach, and he was completing it. Like he has to play like that in order for us to be a better team. You have to sometimes you just have to play freely. Like Joe Burrow, he plays freely. He's not being conservative. Or Josh Allen, you know he not being
Yeah.
conservative. He throwing that thing no matter what.
Oh, facts.
Right. Lamar Jackson, he plays freely. Right, bookends. I think he's thinking too much sometimes, and that causes him to be a tick slow. Like CJ Stroud last night, man. He was just playing
He played
free.
well.
Yeah, he played well. He played free,
Mm-hmm.
played well, and he has the trust of Nico Collins. He knows if he throws that ball up to Nico Collins, 9 times out of 10 it's going to him. So yeah, I have that confidence. Does DJ have a receiver like that? No. Has he ever had a receiver like that? No. The closest thing he had to that was Golden Tate, and you saw the passes he was throwing to Golden Tate.
Mm-hmm.
He would go up and catch it over somebody's head and give him the ball. So it's a combination of things. Nobody's not without fault. DJ's at fault. Dabo's at fault. Kafka's at fault. Wink was at fault in the beginning of the season because the defense was not playing like this all season. Because if they were, who knows what our record would be. Injuries happen. It was a lot this
It's a
season, man.
combination of things.
Yeah.
Ghost says think they do draft the QBs, just not in the first round. And then no. And shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all, man, coming through. I know a lot of y'all coming through from Pat's channel. Nathan, I see you, Mets. No. Appreciate y'all coming through. He says, fellas, rank these QBs coming out, please. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to do that here for you. The first quarterback that's number one for me is Shedeur Sanders. We don't know if he's coming out. They still haven't made a decision.
He's not coming
but
out. He's staying.
No, he's not.
He's not coming
that's
out.
the number one. So I have to clarify that first because when we talk about college quarterbacks, we have to talk about all the quarterbacks here. So if I can't get my guy because he's not coming out this year, maybe you start to think a little bit now. Now, number two now, to me, in my opinion, without question, is Michael Penix Jr. That he's number two. His anticipation and his arm strength is next level. I think that dude in the right situation can come in and be CJ Stroud right now as far as production. Number three is it gets a little interesting to me, but with the correct system, I think that would be Jaden Daniels. He's gonna really need probably the most time to develop in the NFL, but his running ability will give you he can give you some production immediately just based off the running ability that he has, but you have to have the right scheme. You can't have this guy sit back, dropping back to pass and think, that's going to work, especially with the Giants. Now the rest of them, you can throw them in a box, to be honest with you. Because if I can't get those three, I'm passing on the quarterback. That's just me. Coach, what's your thoughts?
Well, you know how I've always been. I mean, your top two are basically aligned right with me. I know Shador's not coming out, so it's Michael Penix. You know, and I understand all the concerns, the shoulder, the knee,
Yeah.
but we're just talking his ability to play the quarterback position. It's there. His processing, he can read pre and post snap, literally what a defense is going to do. And he's been doing that since his Indiana days. So it's not just he just did this at Washington. He's been doing this for a while. So and the way he throws receivers open. See, that's the thing that most of these quarterbacks don't do. He throws receivers open.
Yeah.
He throws it to a spot where they run and get it and keep moving. So it's there. Number 3, if you want to put Bo Nix there, I can argue Bo Nix a little bit more over Daniels because I think he's a little bit ready.
Fair.
Daniels, yes, you said it best. He's going to need some time to develop. Same thing with Caleb Williams. He's going to need time to develop. There's a lot of things that he does well, and there's a lot of things that he needs to be developed on. He does not see the field completely. He misses guys who are right in front of him. He always wants to take the deep ball instead of sometimes just taking what's right in front of you. If a defense is giving you a first down, sometimes just get the first down and let's get another 3-4 downs to try and move the chain. So, but he always wants to go deep and take the deep ball. You know, May, from the little bit that I've seen of him, I question, is he more like Sam Howell? You know, Mitch Trubisky. You know, is it and he has talent. Let me say this. He definitely has talent. But the problem with him, and I think and I'm sorry to say this, it's a Matt Brown system. I mean, you can go back to Vince Young and look at, you know, everyone thought he was going to be great when he got to the NFL, and look what happened. You know, I really feel it's the system that he's coming out of. I'm not saying he's not talented. Now, if you can develop the talent, he might jump over the other two. So, but those are the top ones that. And who am I missing? JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. I know a lot of people like him. Mostly Michigan fans, but
the thing with McCarthy is because he plays at Michigan and they're more of a run-based offense? Because there is talent. He does have talent, and I see it. The way he moves, you know, the way his level of athleticism. He's smart. You know, he's gritty. You know, he can throw pretty much every pass that's out there. So, you know, he has those moments, but he also has those moments that leaves you scratching your head. So, as far as first rounders, that's pretty much, or, you know, first 2 rounds, however you want to break it down, that's pretty much it. The rest of them, Rattler and all of those, Pratt from Tulane, you know, I think he's probably going to be a good backup.
What's your thoughts on Cam Ward? I hear a lot of rumblings about Cam Ward. I haven't studied him yet. I've studied all the other quarterbacks, but not.
I mean, I watched
the
couple of games. I've seen a couple of games, but you know, it's like, you know, okay, he does throw a nice pass, but you know, I need more. I'm going to be honest. I need to evaluate him a little bit more. So, but go ahead, Pat. You got it now.
Yeah. I'm just, it's situational with these quarterbacks, as it always is. I think Michael Penix is the best pure quarterback. If you put him on a team that gives him protection, I think he will do some of the same things, like you said, CJ Stroud did this year. I believe he's extremely accurate. He is left-handed, so you would have to have a good right tackle because that's his blind spot. But I think Michael Penix is the best quarterback as far as like just pure passing. That dude's anticipation on his throws are dynamite, bro. Like if you get him in an open system with some blocking, it could be a serious problem on your hands. I got him as my number 1. My number 2, only because if you can run a system to his advantage, is Jaden Daniels. If you can run a system that takes advantage of his ability, which is throwing the deep ball and getting him in open space and get some quick passes with some receivers that can make some things happen, I think he will be in a very, very good quarterback in this league. Same thing like Lamar. He'll throw for about 3,500 yards, run for about 800, get about 7 to 8 touchdowns rushing, maybe 20 to 22 passing touchdowns, which is not bad. You can have a dominant offense that way because you're keeping people off the field. And if you have a defense getting people off the field, while out of Ravens 13-4, 14-3, it's hard to beat that. Pause. My third quarterback, I'll be honest with you, I got them all looped in one circle, and that's
how I am.
Drake May, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. Cam Ward is even in that conversation. I think Cam Ward's the smoothest out of everybody in this draft.
Okay.
As far as maneuvering in the pocket and thing, I think that should be his nickname when he goes into the league. Smooth. That dude's smooth, man. It's just that he does have very good arm strength. It's just the passes that he makes. Can he be that guy that can lead his receivers like a Penix or anybody like that and not make those mistakes? Same thing with Bo Nix. Will he turn into Ho Nix on you? Will you start throwing some stupid stuff and doing some dumb stuff?
I see a little hole in them paws.
Yeah, real talk. Caleb Williams. You got to stop the big game hunting. You can't do that in the NFL. You found out you can't even do that in the Pac-12 or Pac-10, whatever they in. You lost 5 games in the Pac-10. Nobody wants to mention that. But you go, let's say he get drafted by the freaking, I don't know who's up there. Let's say he get drafted, hell, by us. Fuck it. Let's say he get drafted by us. You think he can go out there big game hunt with us like that with that offensive line? Hell no. Better get that ball out to your check down before you get knocked down. So but if he went to somebody like the Vikings, I think he would be dynamite. You see what I'm saying? Like if Caleb Williams went to the Vikings with those receivers and that offensive line blocking, I think he would be dynamite. I think he would do something like CJ Stroud this year. I think he would throw for 4,000 yards and everything because you can big game hunt with those monsters out there. Hockenson, Jefferson, Addison, Powell, like good running game. Like that's a perfect situation for people. The Vikings, to be honest with you, but this quarterback is guy complex to these people, man. I don't know where they get this crap from. I guess it was promoted so much because the NFL was losing Brady and they needed more faces for the league, and that's why they're promoting this shit like this. But it's a team game, bro. I enjoyed watching the Texans play this year. And it wasn't just because of CJ Stroud. It's because that team is really turning into a team. D'Amico Ryans was as advertised. I don't know if you guys remember Christian Harris from Alabama. Yeah. But he's developed tremendously under D'Amico Ryans. Their other linebackers have developed. That defense is playing well. Like
shout out to him. Chant was good.
I really just look at the game as like a chess match, bro. Like the coach came with a good game plan. It's just that the coach didn't have enough in the passing game to win that game. They still should have won if the dude catches the freaking ball, but what the coach did to counteract the Texans in the second half, they was like, okay, we're going to work this short passing game and we're going to get the ball to Taylor because we see that your outside DNs are not holding the edge correctly, and they started tossing it to Taylor, and they kept doing tosses. I'm like, okay, you guys are kind of smart. You're keeping yourself in the game. And then when they got tired, they just ran it straight at them. They ran it straight at them after they got tired of chasing them on the outside, and that's how they were moving the ball because Gardner Minshew, it was Michael Pittman or die over there, really. Josh Downs, he's good, but he hasn't developed like a Tank Dell where you could put him all over the field and he can dominate. He hasn't gotten that yet. So that was a good game, man. And the Texans came out with a very good plan in the first half. Struck them quick. Deep pass to Nico Collins. You want to keep that Brents from Kansas State on him? Burnt them. And people are stupid. Oh, Nico Collins wasn't nothing before CJ Stroud. No, Nico Collins was Nico Collins. You just needed somebody to get him the damn ball.
Yeah.
That dude was a beast at Michigan.
It works both ways, though. That's what people understand. You need a competent quarterback, obviously, man, but the quarterback can't make the receiver run the routes and catch the football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to, people have to understand that. Now, when I'm looking at quarterbacks, I'm with you guys. I want to see somebody that has good anticipation, good pocket awareness, smart, good arm strength. You know what I'm saying? And you know, all that comes with reading defenses and things like that. Where a lot of these quarterbacks aren't good at is they can't read the field well. You know what I'm saying? They're too hesitant. Some of the things we have been talking about with Daniel Jones, I think Justin Fields has a lot of that in him. Where people want to trade for Justin Fields, he's very hesitant at times. You know what I'm saying? Guys are open. You got to anticipate. That's where a guy like Penix can come in and be productive. But it all starts up front with the line, because if you got less than 2 seconds to throw the football, you're not going to be able to anticipate shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to build on. We got to build on this line. Now, can you develop the line and build a line and still take a quarterback? Of course you can. But you have to have a plan in place for said quarterback. You know, you can't just throw him out there. Hey, rookie, go make us great.
Right.
And that's where a lot
of
they
believe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what they believe. You know, trade your first, your second, your third.
Ridiculous.
You know, your fourth round, a future first, 2 future firsts. Doing Darius Slayton just to move up to number 1. I'm like, you're mortgaging yourself. You're literally doing what the Saints did with Ricky Williams back.
Yeah.
You know, and
doing what the Panthers did last year.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Yeah, they traded CMC, they traded Moore,
DJ Moore,
all their draft. Man, that shit crazy, man. And you just gonna bring back freaking the dude from the Vikings, the old man from the Vikings? Like, come on, man. Miles Sanders.
You develop your team. You build and develop your team first and foremost through the draft, and that's why, to me, draft capital is very valuable and important. You know, we only have 7 this year, so if you're going to literally trade 4 or 5 for the number 1 overall draft pick, so you're being left with 2 or 3 draft picks from there, and go through the team and take a look. You need a quarterback, yes. You need a receiver, yes. You need running backs. You need a tight end. You need an offensive line. You need an edge rusher. You can argue you need a cornerback. You need a safety. You can argue you need an interior defensive lineman. How are you going to do that trading away draft picks? It makes no sense to me. And if you think you're going to do that in free agency, then you're crazy, because first and foremost, you have to have the money. That's number 1. But number 2, you better make sure that the people you bring in are invested and they're just not here to get a paycheck. So, you know, you have to have that even balance. Number 1, draft picks. Those are yours. You can develop them. They're going to be eager. They're going to be hungry. Personally speaking, and I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm of the mindset, if we can, I think we should trade back. I really think we should trade back, see if we can get first-round draft picks for the future. But if we can move back 5, 7 spots and pick up an extra 2 or 3 draft picks, 2 draft picks this year and a first-rounder next year. And now, if you don't draft a quarterback, you're going to have 2 first-rounders next year. Then, if you need to, once you build the foundational point, then if you want to trade up and get a quarterback, I'm with you. But you got to be smart. See, it's like with the Knicks for me. I keep telling people I'm not star chasing. I'm trying to be smart chasing. And what do I mean by that? Build your team smartly. And that's what you need to do with the Giants. You gotta build smart. I get the stars and I get the quarterback and all of that. Not saying we don't need one, but you gotta be smart. Because if not, I'm telling you right now, Shane and Dable are gonna be out of here because they're gonna be on the hot seat if we have one more season like this. They're gonna be on the hot seat, and we're gonna be back to square one.
And like Bookend said it right here, Joe isn't going to sell the farm. He's smart. I don't
Yeah.
think he is either.
No.
I think this guy is very smart, very calculated in his decision making. You know, not reactional like Dave Gettleman. Yeah, he'd sell all the picks for Drake May. You know what I mean? He would. I know he would. You know what I'm
Who,
saying?
Dave Gettleman?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Dave Gettleman wasn't like that. Dave
Well,
Gettleman loved drafting
organization.
offensive linemen, and he loved taking defensive linemen. Now, let's just say Aaron Donald was up there, then maybe he'll do it. Yeah. But when it comes to draft picks, he actually had some pretty good draft picks. It was the coaching.
True.
It was the coaching.
Yeah. I mean,
Dave Gettleman knows how to draft, bro.
I think Dave Gettleman and Jerry Reese, a lot of what they did was they failed us in free agency with the contracts and different things like that.
Yeah, like now that, yeah.
Yeah.
But he traded for Leonard Williams, and look how that worked out for him.
More so than I agree with you. More so than the draft. And I don't like Dave Gettleman. I can't stand Dave Gettleman, but I have to give credit where credit is due. More so, he didn't miss a lot in the draft. It was more so in free agency. Now Jerry Reese whiffed a lot in the draft.
It's because we got away from what we were. Like Jerry Reese started that shit. Like he shouldn't have took Evan Ingram in that draft. He could have drafted T.J. Watt or somebody like that in that draft. I forgot who it was. Odell Beckham turned out to be a pretty damn good pick when we picked him high, but Eli Apple, Baker, fucking Flowers, all those guys, man. Like
first round.
That's what hurt us, man. Like 8 years of bad drafting. This is what you get. This is the result that you get. Like we had 3 first-round picks that year. Was it Dexter Lawrence? Was it DJ Dexter Lawrence and Baker?
Baker, yeah. That was Gettleman though. Gettleman did that shit.
Yeah, but
he hit on Dex. But I mean, we can argue Daniel Jones to the moon, but he definitely whiffed on that Baker shit. That was awful.
Yeah, that pick right there was crazy. But I'm with Coach, man. Like, say if the Vikings or somebody want to trade up to get a quarterback, I think the Vikings will be around like pick 15, pick 16. You have to decide if 15 or 16 is a good spot for you. And if we go to 15 or 16, I think it's going to be an offensive lineman, to be honest with you, because Neighbors will be gone, Harrison will be gone, Roma Dunze will probably be gone. Are you willing to bank on Xavier Legette? I think he's going to be pretty good in this league.
Keon Coleman too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Keon Coleman. I don't think Keon Coleman is going to be that great, to be honest with you. I think he's going to be a big target, but I don't think he's going to be a number one type guy. I think he could be a supplemental type guy, and if that's worth a first round pick to you, you take him. But I mean, after those top 3, it's like you said, Keon Coleman, Xavier Legette, Xavier Worthy, who I believe Xavier Worthy can be a game changer for a team. That dude's speed is ridiculous, bro. Like, you watch this game speed, like, that's ridiculous. But, I mean, then you would have, like, edge rushers. Would you take let's say Verse drops to 15, will you take a Jared Verse? Or the guy from UCLA, if everybody's scared of his injury history, he's going to drop. And I think he's the best edge rusher in this class, and I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close. I mean, Dallas Turner is good. Chop Robinson is good.
Pat, you talked about an offensive line if you traded with the Vikings. The perfect one that I've been pounding the table for is Fatano from Washington.
Yeah.
You can get him there, and you can move him to guard, and he would fit perfectly in what the Giants are trying to do. He's athletic. He's very disciplined. Now, he does play a little bit high, but he can scoop out and, the pull. He can down block in independent pulls if you needed him to do that. So he's good in the pass pro. He's physical in the run game. So it's just that he plays tackle and he plays left tackle. But you see, he has the skill to move inside the guard because he's what 6'4", 315.
I
So
saw a mock draft had us taking Brock Bowers. Like, how ridiculous is that shit?
Brock Bowers is so early.
At number 5? You fucking kidding me?
He's projected to go. Well, he in positioning, he's 3 to 5, depending on who rates him.
I ain't gonna lie, Brock Bowers is a beast.
Yeah,
that dude's a beast,
yeah,
bro.
He's good, man, but not for this team.
Shit, I don't know if you
got Waller and Bellinger. I mean, how many tight ends you gonna have on the field?
There's one thing you can't do. You can't say, "Well, we have this, so we're not going to take him because we have."
I'm telling you, he can wind up being the best tight end you got,
y'all can argue
and be that number one tight end.
Hey.
Look. Waller has his injury history. He's also 32.
I hear all that. Not at 5, coach.
They said the same thing about Pitts, and look what Atlanta.
Fine. The Pitts don't even get the damn football. They barely getting touchdowns. Their offense is
So when he does,
now.
what I'm saying is, when he does, you see him take over a game. Bowers is the same way in that regard.
And look, man,
rather
you ain't gonna be complaining about him if that dude turns out to be his advertising. He turns out to be a top tight end in this league, like a Sam Laporta or somebody like that, but even worse because he's faster, bigger, and stronger than those guys. If he turns out to be your primary weapon and that pick doesn't look that bad, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what are you going to – if they feel that dude could turn in to be the number one tight end, let's just say they do let Waller go after this year. You still going to complain if they take him at 5 and that dude turns out to be a number one target? I wouldn't complain. Give me a game breaker, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't care what position it is. I don't care if it's at defensive tackle and we got Dexter Lawrence and that other defensive tackle turns out to be just as good as Dexter Lawrence. You going to complain about that? No, because you get pressure up the middle from 2 monsters now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm of the mindset building the lines. That's why I'm saying that. So I mean, if they're not going QB, I mean, give me a lineman. Don't give me a fucking tight end. Don't give me a running back. I don't give a fuck. At this stage. Now, if we were like the Vikings or somebody, I would say yeah. Or if we were a little bit closer than we were, I would say I wouldn't give as much pushback on that. But yeah, Brock Bowers, I ain't knocking his talent. I know he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? But for the Giants right now, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. But let's do this real quick. Go ahead, Pat. If you want to say something.
That's what gets people messed up. Because the Bengals could have easily said that too. Instead of taking Jamar Chase, they could have said, "Man, we got Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins. We don't need another receiver." But they took him, and guess what? They went to the Super Bowl, even though their offensive line wasn't the greatest. You want to know why? Because they had 3 motherfuckers on that team that could get open immediately. 3 number ones, because Boyd was a number 1 before T. Higgins got there.
Yeah.
So it's about getting good players. Like, you can have an abundance of DBs. Let's say you got 2 really good DBs, but at your pick, that DB is the best player that you can pick, and you can put him in a slot or anything. Now you might have 3 good DBs. You can't go into the draft thinking about need. You got to go into the draft thinking about, can this player be an impact player for my team, no matter what the position is. I might have a good running back, but hell, Oklahoma State had Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas, and they found a way to do it. So, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on your mindset, man. You want to go in there and just be like, "Oh, I'm not going to draft this position because I already got him there." Well, you're selling yourself short, because now you'll take this offensive tackle, a la Evan Neal, and he'll be a bust or anything. But you could have had somebody like a T.J. Watt, even though you had a good edge rusher like a Brian Burns or something. Now you got 2 bookends. Instead of not saying wasting the pick, but I don't know. in the thing of taking it for sure thing. I might have a good inside linebacker, but you know what? If that inside linebacker is at the top of my board, and I know for a fact that he's going to be pretty good, I'll take him. If I'm not sure about the other position, if he's ranked that much higher than the position of need that I have, I'm going to take that guy that I feel is going to be an impact. And call me wrong if you want. I don't know, but that's how the good teams do it. I promise you.
Nah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I wouldn't particularly go tight end at 5 with this current constructed team. Now let's see what they do in free agency. Maybe they can solve a lot of these issues in free agency. You know, maybe they can do some different things in free agency to where, you know, we're not shopping hungry, as they say. But as of right now, the way I'm looking at the squad, I can't really justify taking a position like tight end or running back or somebody like that.
Yeah, and you're not wrong.
No,
I'm just saying, let's say Brock Bowers is there, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is gone, and for some reason Malik Neighbors is gone. And the top tackle on your board, let's just say, is Joe Alt. But you have Brock Bowers way up here because you know Brock Bowers is going to be that dude at tight end. But Joe Alt, you're not so sure on. He has some good traits, but it's like the Evan Neal pick. You don't know if he's going to be dominant or not. Maybe we can coach him up and get him to, you know, get him up to par. But I know for a fact Brock Bowers is going to be that dude. Do you pass on Brock Bowers because you got Waller, who you might get rid of after this year anyway? He's been injured. You got Bellinger, nice tight end, but he's not a Brock Bowers. And I think Brock Bowers can block just as good as Bellinger, if not better. Are you willing to give up on that? A for sure thing almost? Or something? I don't know. It just depends, man. That's the beauty of the draft. I can talk about the draft all day long, to be honest with you. But I mean, nobody's wrong. I mean, it's just an opinion. But it is what it is, man. I just hate going to the draft for need.
So let's talk about this for a little bit before we kick off the 1 o'clock game. Appreciate y'all in the chat, man. Y'all jumping in the chat right now. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. But where am I at? Oh yeah, free agency. So let's talk about free agency. Because what I want to try to do here, going into the off season, you know, we'll touch on some of the playoff games and stuff here too, even though this is Giants conversation. But leading up to the Super Bowl, I want to start to talk about how to build this team and how we're going to build this team moving forward. You know, because we could talk about the problems, and the Giants have many of them to talk about. But let's try to focus on some of the solutions here, you know, and what possibly this team can look like and some of the moves they can do. You know, of course, we're not GMs, we're not Joe Shane, but hey, it's media. We're having fun with this stuff. So now I got the 2024 free agent list here for the Giants. I'm going to pull that up, do a share screen here. This is it.
We got it.
I believe this is the right one here. Yep, 2024. Can y'all see this? Okay, so
well, you might need to blow it up a little bit.
A little bit more. Okay.
There you go.
I think that's just about as good as I can get it without it looking crazy. Okay, so let's just start at the top. We'll do a little yay or nay here. And you can see the salaries that they have. And the market values over here. That's what they would basically the anticipation of what these players would be worth on the open market. So starting with Adoree Jackson, 13 million. What's his market value? Let me check real quick. 11.3 million calculated market value.
No, ain't no way. I don't bring him back to the team regardless.
He's 28 years old. See his age right here.
You let him walk, man. That's my opinion. You let him walk.
I will say this for me. If it's at a team friendly discount, yeah, I'm bringing him back because he's a veteran. But other than that, and I'm talking about if he's coming back at around $4 or $5 million, and I know he's not coming back at that. But if you can get him at 4 or 5, maybe $6 million, then I'm gonna bring him back. But realistically, 11, nah, you let him go.
I agree. I'm cutting Adoree Jackson because one, I think I got my number one corner in Deontay Banks. You do need another guy, but we have some promise there, and two, and one of the main things here is I know Jerome Henderson can coach up these DBs, so just go get one. You know what I'm saying? Go get somebody with some talent and let that man cook. And the stuff Adoree Jackson been doing this season has just disgusted me, to be honest with you. Like, I'm sick of him. Want him gone. Get him off this team. I'm tired of him. That's just how I feel about Adoree Jackson. Probably a good guy. I don't know him, but for the Giants, see you later, buddy.
Go to the
Nice
West
knowing
Coast.
you.
Go West.
Get up out of here. All right. The big one. Saquon Barkley. What we doing here?
Well, if you franchise him, he's going to be what, 12 and change?
I think 11 and change.
11.
It may because you did it twice, so it might be 12 and some change.
Yeah, I thought it was at 20. Yeah, it's going to be about 12. So that's a little bit iffy. But now, if you being that you can tag him, I mean, you can literally offer him a 3-year, 2 guaranteed at that price, 24 guaranteed.
He's not going to accept that.
I understand he's not going to accept it. I'm just saying, you can offer him that and see what happens. He can also test the market. I don't think he's going to get. I'm sorry, go ahead, Pat.
I was going to say I franchise him and trade him.
Hyundai.
Tag and trade.
Because
I was thinking something like that too.
I don't think he's worth Taylor money from the Colts. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's worth that money. I think he's worth right around the franchise tag, $12, $13 million a year. He's not going to accept that. He's probably going to want between $16 to $17 million a year. I tag him and see if somebody like the Vikings want him. I don't think the Ravens will want him because they got so many running backs over there. Ain't no use of having a high-paid running back over there when you got multiple running backs. The Bills got Cook now. He's developed. And the Rams ain't going to want him. They got Williams. I mean, sheesh, you're going to have a tough time trying to trade him. Maybe the Chiefs. No, Pacheco. My bad.
Hyundai Tucson versus Honda CRV. Look what Tucson has and what CRV doesn't. Hyundai Tucson.
I don't know who would take him besides somebody like the Vikings. No.
Yeah,
Browns,
I'm a tag him. Definitely. And try to figure that out. But I'm kind of with you, Pat. I would look to move him if you could. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Buffalo. I don't know.
No, Buffalo ain't gonna want him. Seattle ain't gonna want him. They got Kenneth Walker. 49ers definitely ain't gonna want him.
I would try to move him. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't move him,
hell, maybe the Cardinals. They got the money to do it. The Bears. They got the money to do it.
Yeah, the Bears would be a nice fit because shit, they trying to build something over there. So.
And if they get something for Fields,
they're gonna have hella picks. Yeah.
Yeah, they get something for Fields. Maybe you could get some of that Fields capital for Barkley. Who knows?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tag Barkley. Tyrod Taylor. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, Taylor. He's
gonna want too much money now next year, so or the opportunity to start.
Now I'm interested in seeing Simmons. Let me look at his market value here. What they got him marked at. 16.5. Goodness gracious. Oof.
No, he's not getting that. I can't
I don't
see
think he's
him
getting that either.
Not even on the open market. I cannot see him getting 16 million.
Ain't
16 million.
No
no
way.
You better take 11 million off there. That man might get a 1 year, $3 million deal. They stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm saying
I
test
don't
the.
agree.
I will say this: test the market and come back and see, and if you want to see, and then like you said,
Would you try to sign him though? Put it like that. Do you
of course I'm
think
going to try and sign him.
his value is worth on this team? Because I think he fits well in this defense.
Yes, he fits. I'm going to sign him, but I'm not going to sign him at no $16 million.
Hell no.
No,
I'm with that.
now if you said 3 to 6, all right, we can have a discussion. 6 is pushing it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shit, 5 is pushing it for me.
Exactly. That's
Yes.
that's
16
So,
million.
16, it's like no. And I understand that he's going to want his money. So look, if you want 16 to see, and if that's what the market is telling you your value is, I can't see not a one team saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to sign you for $16 million." No.
For the record, the Giants have about 31 million in cap room, and next week we're going to do the I'm going to do the keep or cut, because there's some ways that we can save some cap room. But I just want to start with the pending free agents, because you always have to make a decision on these guys first. You know what I mean? So Simmons, I'm gonna try to sign him. I'm gonna put sign here, but at a reasonable amount.
Yeah, reasonable. That's the point.
Yeah, definitely no down 16 million. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because I do want to keep as many pieces on this defense as we can, because I think we're really close there. A'Shawn Robinson. What's your thoughts on A'Shawn Robinson?
You bring him back at a good price.
Yeah, at a good price.
If you could bring him back around $6 to $7 to $8 million, I think he's earned that. I think you sign him back for that.
Mm-hmm. Paris Campbell.
No.
Okay.
Cut.
Yeah.
Roches.
No.
Yeah.
I thought he was already signed though.
I thought he was too, but
I thought it was like a 3-year contract.
No, it says undrafted free agent here. I mean, unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, if he's not signed, then let him walk.
I think he did sign a 1-year deal. I think. Pretty sure.
I thought one of them signed a multi-year deal.
Yeah, I thought it was Roches with A'Shawn was free agent.
Yeah.
But, all right. I mean,
if it's shown on there, I stand corrected. But I could have sworn he signed a 2-year, 3-year deal.
And Lossie has an out. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look that up in a minute, but let's keep going. McKinney.
If I could get McKinney between $10 to $12 million a year, I'd do it. But
I'm doing the same thing that they did with Love, trying to offer the same thing. And if he doesn't want it, then go ahead and see what you can get in the open market. I mean, I know he's valuable, and he has been playing well as of late, but it's hard with him.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's hard with him.
Because he's not a game breaker, but he's a very good player.
Yeah.
And I think we got a lot of those guys on this team, and we don't have game breakers, and
we don't.
The question is right now, who at the safety can play his position? Can Pinnock play his position?
I think Pinnock is our strong safety. Now, do you think what's the other guy's name? Belton?
Belton.
Do you think Dane Belton can develop into a good safety? He's always around the ball. I'll give him that. He's always around the ball.
It's an out. That's what it is. He signed a 3-year contract, but potential out in 2024. So that's why they're listing him as a free agent. That's referring to.
Yeah, more likely he will be cut because I think Jordan Riley gets a lot of snaps next year.
You got Riley and Davidson, and you could still draft another young. tackle. So, and you're getting younger that way. So yeah, but Dane Belton, he is around the ball. He's fundamentally sound for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's kind of the. The thing is with McKinney, it's going to be the money, and that's really what it boils down to, is the money. So if he says, okay, I'll play for 7-8 million, then I see him back. But if he's I want 12, $15 million, no, go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna put Sam McKinney.
Okay.
I think the Giants have to be smart about this, but you want to try to bring back as many of these guys as possible. The players that are playing good, obviously, which McKinney has stepped up. And if you can save some money cutting some of these other guys, maybe that opens up a little bit more money to give McKinney not breaking the bank, but like I'm with you, Coach. Something similar to what Love got would be I think fair.
And I think he won't accept it.
Hey, see you later then.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to accept it either. I think he wants to be paid like one of the top safeties.
But he ain't playing like that though.
No.
You know what I mean, he ain't that guy. Not right now. Maybe he can develop into that, and that's basically what you will be anticipating. If you sign him. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I question him. But he has been out there and he has been performing. So Jihad Ward, that's easy. Get him out of here.
I'm going to hold him as a question, depending on what other moves you make. Because he's a wing guy, like you're saying,
mm-hmm.
and he does give you a little bit of versatility because he can play in pass rushing inside. So it's about the money, and you can probably get him for damn near a veteran minimum.
No, yeah, his vet minimum though I believe is 1.75 million.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's been in the league so long. So yeah. I think and I didn't know Jihad Ward wasn't 30 yet. I thought Jihad Ward was like 34, 35. Well, he be running. But me personally, it's just like Coach. He'll be one of the last guys I bring in after I've done everything. And then I got some vet minimum money I can give out. Jihad Ward he's a good guy to have in the locker room. To be honest with you.
So vet minimum.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting no more than vet minimum. Unless somebody out there's going to offer him more, which I doubt it.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to offer him that. So, and I think he wants to be here anyway. So,
Craig said Ward run a 7.5 40 time. It seems like that out there.
That's still faster than Boogie
Bash. That Boogie Bash, that's he gone. He's gone. You don't even need to bring up what about him. I'm telling you right now, he's gone. I can move faster in my damn wheelchair than that dude.
Right.
All right, let's run through this real quick before we wrap it up. Breeder.
No.
Cut. Get him out of here.
I'll be honest
KC
with you
Crowder,
because we don't use him.
Crowder.
Yeah, you got to bring him back.
Yeah. I'm signing him. Shepard, Sterling Shepard.
I'll bring him back as a receivers coach. If not, he's gone.
Yeah, as a player, no, he's gone.
I'm cutting Shep. I am cutting this Sterling Shepard. They got him. I seen you posted that, Coach. They got him
coming
out the tunnel.
Yeah.
I guess for whatever.
Special
recognition purposes, yeah. What about Jared Davis?
Gone. Too many ACL injuries, and we could get somebody. We could get a better veteran than him.
Oh, you still got Beavers if that's the case.
Yeah. Bullock.
No. I don't even know why you mentioned his name. Bullock somewhere asleep.
Matt Pert.
No, hell no.
J.C. Housenser.
No.
Hoppin' Pfeffer.
Darnay Holmes.
Hell no. Hell to the no.
What about Gunner?
Yes.
I'm bringing back Gunner. I'm bringing Gunner back. He scored a touchdown.
Yeah,
Shit.
exactly.
He getting a contract for that
Alone gets him
alone.
one
On
more
special
year.
teams?
Yeah,
What?
that alone got him one more year.
Who else we got? Ben Bredesen.
No. Yeah,
I
let
don't know
him
about
walk.
Bredesen.
You gotta let him walk, man.
Yeah,
We failed him.
Need to upgrade, but he's one of those last
I think
if
he's
we don't-
suffering from the coaching too, man. I don't think
I
that
don't.
dude's that
I
bad.
think he walks on his own.
Yeah,
He ain't but 24, about to be 25.
See, that's the thing. He's young. I get it, but if you can get him on the cheap, I'm bringing him back. But otherwise, we still need. And the thing is, we still need guards. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's on that borderline, bro. He's like really teetering it.
I'm gonna try to sign him, if I can. Wyatt Davis, you can cut him.
Nope. Bye.
Lemieux,
cut
bye.
him.
The Pew.
Now, yeah. Now Nick
Nick
McLeod.
McLeod. That's
I'm bringing him back,
Back.
especially on special teams alone. But
Mhm.
don't get it twisted. That dude can play some safety and corner too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. I would let him try that spot if McKinney left.
Oh, the free state safety spot, yeah.
Okay, so now you're talking a little bit different. So now that's going to save you money too. So now it's like, okay, if you're going to choose between the two, and he can play cornerback too. So
yeah, he can give you reps at outside corner. He can give you reps at safety as well, and he's a better tackler.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna put Simon McLeod. What about Cam Brown?
You bring him back special teams.
Special
teams, yeah. Whitley, whoever
No.
that is. Beavers.
You bring him back because you don't know what he is. You don't know what he is. You got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance. I put him at edge rusher. He's not an inside linebacker. I put him at edge rusher just to see what he can do. He could be your fourth guy coming off the bench at edge rusher. It's way better than a Whitley or Boogie Basham or Jahad Ward.
Yeah.
I give you that.
You guys are cheeks. Who else we got? Carter Coughlin.
You bring him back for special teams purposes.
Okay.
Man, Glenn Echoes, Aaron Robinson is a ghost.
Aaron Robinson is signed. We're gonna be talking about guys like Aaron Robinson, Darius Slayton, Aziz, cats like that. That they're gonna have to make a decision on as well, whether they want to keep them around or cut them and save some bread. But that's gonna be it for this edition of Giants Conversation. I will be back next week because we're gonna have coaching news. I'm sure, and we're gonna get a little bit more clear picture of what's going on with the coaches. Of course, tomorrow is the infamous Black Monday. We'll be touching on some of that on Heart of the City as well Tuesday. So be there or be square. You already know. But before we get out of here, Coach Pat, y'all got any last words? I'm gonna fire up this stream here in about 10 minutes.
Just beat these damn Eagles, and I'm ready for. I'm going to be watching the college games today and tomorrow. So looking for talent. So you got the FCS championship and then the FBS tomorrow. So definitely be watching Washington and Michigan because there's going to be a lot of talent out there that definitely can be got. So, but that's it, and then ready for Heart of the City. So.
Absolutely, man. What about you, Pat?
Same thing as Coach, man. The national championship game, man. It's not gonna tell you a lot about the quarterbacks and everything. It's just gonna show what they can do. You can't base a quarterback off one game. That's stupid. But I'm definitely gonna want to see what they do in the college championship game. Hopefully, The Giants can't beat the Eagles today, but hey, you say that, you're going to get killed on Twitter because we got to get a quarterback. We dropped to the 8th pick. That'd be so stupid.
Quarterbacks are going 1, 2, and 3, bro. You're not getting one. I'm telling you. Look, going 1, 2, 3.
Carolina told you everything you need to know when you talk about quarterbacks, man. Rookie quarterback.
But CJ Stroud is out there, and he does everything for the Texans, even though they got Dalton Schultz over there, Noah Brown, Nico Collins, Xavier Hutchinson,
Tank Dell around him.
You're right. Offensive line is playing very well.
Either, though. CJ Stroud wasn't the number 1 pick, bro.
He was the number 2 pick.
Right. So why do you have to get the number 1 pick to get a quarterback? If that's what you want. That's the logic that fans can't argue with.
Thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome.
You know what I mean? But we're going to get up out of here, man. I'm going to fire up stream here in about 10 minutes, man. So keep it locked here. I got to get my stuff together real quick. But definitely check us out Tuesday night, 8:30, Heart of the City, man. And we're going to get up out of here, man, with a little BBK intro.
When you hit ons, know it's game time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No breaks, green light. No breaks, I got the green light. When you hit ons, know it's game time. And you know me and my bros on the same time. No breaks, green light. No breaks, I got the green. We gon' tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, yeah. We ain't going out, we ain't going into town, no. Money ain't the mission, no, we coming for the crown, yeah. Yeah, we coming for the crown. If we going out, then we going out loud, eh. Putting on the show.